Watch with your toes, Stibbons. Your toes.
Mind your step, please. If you disturb the mud, I'll have to start my search all over again.
What fortuitous timing. My manservant is absolutely useless when it comes to recovering historic artifacts. An antique Argonian renewal charm. Without one, they'll never let me observe the ritual of renewal, and that's the whole reason I came to this backwater in the first place. Now if only Stibbons would stop playing in the mud and find the damn thing. I'll have you know, I paid a lot for that information. But Stibbons is exceedingly slow and requires constant supervision. Why, I can't even spare a moment to look for the hand mirror he lost. Would you mind ever so much finding it for me, please? That hand mirror is a family heirloom. I can't bear the thought of never seeing it again. Ugh, in the meantime, I need to keep prodding my manservant. If I give Stibbons even a moment's reprieve, he'll find a way to laze about. He's ever so good at that. I believe it has something to do with Argonian mating habits, but I'm not quite sure. Hence my desire to observe the annual ritual. I have a keen interest in the romantic tendencies of different cultures. Purely on an academic level, you understand. Oh, I've been researching the mating habits of the indigenous races. Fascinating stuff. I plan to write a book. A reference to an Argonian ritual of renewal I came across intrigued me, but the details were vague. So we traveled here to investigate. Himself stuck fast.
Much thanks. That wasn't as pleasant as you might expect.
A less famous treasure hunter might think the Argonians wanted to foil her efforts to locate a renewal charm. But Lady Laurent is not so easily deterred. We are going to find one of those charms, even if Stibbons has to search the entire swamp. It's used in the mysterious ritual of renewal that one particular tribe of Argonians conducts on an annual basis. Carved from the living root of their history, or so I've been led to believe. They won't let an outsider attend the rite without one. That's hard to say. Mostly because no one will give me a definitive answer. As far as I can tell, it's somehow connected to the tribe's breeding practices. The closest I got was when many whispers offered to point me towards a charm, for a price. Gold. An obscene amount, truth be told. Look, Stibbons is reliable, but he has his failings. So many, many failings. Will you accompany him to many whispers in the Swallowed Grove? Help him confront the lying Argonian and get me one of those charms? After you and Stibbons confront many whispers, meet me at the Lodge of Renewal. It's north of the Brightthroat village, out in the middle of nowhere. Come to think of it, everything out here is in the middle of nowhere. But I'm sure you'll find it. He's an Argonian, a scout of some kind. Knows the swamp like a bear knows honey. Many Whispers was willing to talk to me when so many of his fellows wouldn't give me the time of day. I'm not sure Argonians can take time, but you get my point. I gave him a small fortune in gold. He may have sent us here in good faith, or he may have tried to cheat me. I will not be fleeced. Besides, as far as I can tell, he is the best scout in the area. If there's a charm to be had, he'll know about it.
Many steps I have taken and many more I will take. But for now, I stand and wait for you. Are you in need of my wares?
You jackanapes!
Jackanapes? You must have me confused with an Argonian of another tribe. Keep your voice low, or you'll awaken every skeleton in the grove. What are you doing down here, by the way? Oh, the dry-skinned shrew. Her manservant has been bending my frill in a most unpleasant manner. Understand, I pointed her toward one possible location. I never said she would definitely find a charm in that puddle of mud. Lied? Oh, not in so many words, no. I sold her hope, which she seemed to desperately need at the time. Look, if she really wants a renewal charm, I just so happen to have one. Would you like to make a trade? Well, let me think about that. If I had just sold her the charm up front, she never would have given me gold to point her toward the mud puddle, and then you wouldn't be here willing to negotiate another deal. Next question. I need a key. A specific key, in fact. One that opens a hidden strongbox in Gideon. My associate, Murkmire, has it. Unfortunately, he died. Down in this cave, to be precise. Find the key, bring it to me, and the renewal charm is yours. Find my poor associate's dead body, and get the key to his strongbox. I'll wait here and make sure the renewal charm late Laurent is so desperate to get her hands on remains safe and sound. My poor associate, Murkmire. He was like a root brother to me. He came down here and got himself killed. It's only fair that I claim his few worldly possessions. I just need to recover the key to his strongbox from his cold, dead body. The manservant isn't looking so well. I don't think the humidity of Murkmire agrees with him. Let's get down to business. Were you able to recover Murkmire's key? Not to worry. A deal's a deal. Here's the renewal charm that the manservant's mistress has been so anxious to get her hands on. Now you can all stop pestering me. If you don't mind, I have a strongbox to unlock. No, it is not possible. You do not even possess a renewal charm.
Ah, look, here they come now.
Even so, no outsider has ever participated in our sacred rite.
You talk to her. Maybe she'll understand your less refined use of the language.
You are the outsider bending the reeds in Lilmoth, the one who destroyed Azanmir. I imagined you would be taller. Still, there is nothing you can say to change my mind. Not even for the loud dry skin who thinks the sun shines just for her. I suppose one outsider could be permitted to take part in the ritual of renewal. Of course, the preparations required are extensive. To prepare for the renewal rite, the Oos, one must align their three primal essences: blood, bile, and mind. With the renewal charm in hand, one must endure the bite of a hummerwing, drink the venom of a snake, and meditate beneath a waterfall. If an outsider were to do these things, and demonstrate a true desire to learn more about our culture, I would not turn them away. The rites of the Saxhleel, they are not meant to be shared with outsiders. I advise against riding this current, but I will honor our agreement. Once one of...
Make sure Stibbons aligns his bodily fluids just as the Argonian described. I want him to be totally ready for the renewal ritual. Oh, goodness, no. That wouldn't be proper. I need to maintain my objectivity. For my readers, you understand. Stibbons will prepare himself, attend the ritual, and tell me all about it. Then I will recount it in my book with scholarly detachment. Stibbons! Go with our friend and align your bodily fluids. I want you to attend the renewal rite in my place.
I, milady? Why me?
So that you can tell me all about it and I can write it in my book. Now get going.
Looks like a hummerwing hive. Could you give it a little kick? Gently. Well, that's bigger than I expected. Ow! One bite, I said! One bite! Snake venom. If I must drink the vile stuff, we'll need to find a den. Let's split up and look around. Ah, you located a snake den. Now, carefully, like milking a very small, elongated goat. Here goes nothing. Bottoms up. It's freezing under here, but I think I can feel my mind aligning quite nicely. I don't exactly know. I can't feel my extremities, but I think I'll stay under for a few more moments.
Ugh, Stibbons, you smell like a swamp. Stand over there this instant.
As you wish, milady.
My manservant did as you asked. Will you allow him to observe your ritual?
If you insist. Come, Dry Skin. Join us in the lodge. The ooze starts now. Breathe deep the arousing fumes. Take it all in. Let your aligned essences guide you. When you feel totally filled, relax your cloaca and let it all out.
I don't think I have a cloaca.
Don't have a... Oh no. You must exit the lodge right now, Dry Skin.
That was most peculiar.
Stibbons! Oh, not again. My sorry excuse for a manservant can't even take part in a simple Argonian ritual without one disaster or another befalling him. Worse, he didn't even get a chance to tell me what happened inside the lodge before he changed. What happened to Stibbons? Why, the same thing that always happens. He ruined my latest undertaking by transforming into an egg. Oh, I'm sure this has something to do with the tribe's mating practices, but I can't for the life of me imagine how. Turn him back? I'll need to hatch from such an egg. Woo! Or maybe I'll make an omelet. I'm particularly famished after all this work. Anyway, here you are. For your assistance. It's been a pleasure. Despite his best efforts, Stibbons actually did something right. I have plenty of material for my book, including the first eyewitness account of an actual ovum transformation. Oh, but there's work to be done. I wonder what happens if I crack the shell. You saw what I saw. Of course, when it comes to the interplay of alchemical reagents and tribal magic, anything is possible. But for the purposes of my book, let's go with the transformation theory. I certainly hope so. Who's going to prepare my supper and afternoon bath? Unless you'd be interested in... No, I suppose not. I'll contact my colleagues in the Mages Guild. I'm sure one of them can help me work this out.
trap and let go.
I must finish this.
Too much to do and too little time.
So much to do.
I grind my fangs. This is a desecration.
I narrow my eyes. I know what you seek. You and the blackguards both. Sojay and I hack and cleave and yet more Ojels swim over our borders every day. All looking for the remnant of Argon. I must find it first. I will find it first. I consider. We killed many savages together. We will do so again. If the Hist thinks you are worthy of remnant secrets, you will survive. If not, so be it. I hunt blackguards. They skulk around our village, yanking up our grave stakes like salt daisies. I arch my brow ridge. Special. Yes. Our grave stakes do not just pin the dead to their resting place. Each tells a story. Some as old as the tribe itself. Some of our greatest Rajkals even had the honor of using a Hist bow to make their stakes. Yes. All the more reason to hack these blackguards dead. Meet me in the swamp east of the village. Our quarry is there. Many unstaked bog blights also. Freed from their dead sleep by those thieving savages. Bare your fangs, Ojel. Time for war. Here already. You are swift, Ogel. I will give you that. But enough flattery, I think. From now on, all is war talk. We seek the grave stakes of several Deadwater Carls, and vengeance. I know how we can claim both. The blackguards steal our fallen eggkin's grave stakes without regard for the stake's purpose. Now, the rivers choke on bog blights, dead and not dead things that eat Nagas whole. With cunning, we will see to it that they eat only blackguards. The blackguard savages build pongis. This word means fumers, racks of oily, spoiled meat that keep the bog blights off their scent. As we recover the grave stakes, destroy the fumers. The dead not dead will find our enemies and do the rest. This time we attack as one. One serpent, two heads. A single spear ant means nothing, but a hive means death. A bog blight is nothing to us alone, but when they gather in great numbers, great danger. Great glory also for those who fight them. My egg brother Sojay fell to the bog blights. Do not be. It was a glorious battle. And he fights with me still, you see. For the Deadwater, death is certain. But death brings new life. As shield and bow, or axe and knife. In time, the soul moves on. Everything changes, but nothing ends. I curl my lips. Poetic. Another word for soft, I think. Soft words belong to bright throats like Sukas. Enough egg gazing, we have work to do.
Farmier's people are planning to take relics just to confuse us.
Good. The bog blights will feast on this camp soon enough.
Is the poison or the curative?
Those merchants, it's like taking sweets from a baby.
Yes. These blackguards will pay a high price for challenging the Deadwater tribe.
Still not. We will raid their main encampment and finish this.
I heard that the Deadwater lost another batch of hatchlings. Over here, Ojel.
Yes, yes. Okay, then you'll feel better.
I know I spoke of fighting as one, but these two were too loud and foolish. Sojay and I had to kill them. Before they died, they spoke of the Remnant and the Hist Woodgrave stakes. One shouted at the other about a relic they could not find. The grave stake of a Chronocol, the great Deadwater war chief called Etra of the Many Spears. Few Deadwater warriors rival Etra. He is Wutum. You would say legend, I think. I blink my eyes. Maybe. Reading a Zulvat is Gravesinger work. We cannot know until we claim the stake. You will have to fight him for it. All Deadwater Carls know Etra's resting place. Look west and follow the ridge line. His tomb is there. My tale sinks. Etra is buried in the Tomb of Many Spears, an unclean place. Vahat, or taboo in the Dry Tongue. Sojay and I cannot fight there, but you can. If you can pry the stake away from Etra, bring it to the Gravesinger's Lodge. I will reclaim your body and make a helm of your skull. You have earned that, at least. Why do you slump? Bristle your war spines. Etra was a legend, true. But what you fight is not Etra. It is the pieces not needed, bound together by slime and old-time magic. A beast to crush and cleave. Take your weapon and strike true. A call has no tongue for stories, but I will do my best. The Nahish elders say that Etra had a soul older than the tribe. Even before he hatched, the egg handlers heard him chanting from inside his tiny shell. Blood, death, glory. I shake my head. A hero to us, not to you, I think. Etra rolled across the marsh like a thunderhead, felling great trees, slaying huge beasts, and eating the hearts of great warriors. Often, Etra would take his opponent's grave stakes as a trophy. He stored them in the great stone vault that eventually became his tomb. The place where you will face him. The Tomb of Many Spears. One dark day, a great slime claimed the vault. When Etra learned of this, he grew furious and attacked. He did not. He died in glory. Many great Deadwater Carls raided the tomb, seeking pieces of Etra, bones or sinew to make mighty weapons. They all died. Now their corpses, and what remains of Etra's, stalk the tomb forever. Like I said, Vahat. I roll my eyes. If you do not hurry, I will end up telling the story of the slow-legged Ogel who lost the remnant of Argon. Go now. Be swift.
A new crop of stench weeds. Perfect.
Everything is going
Another
according
ship
to
full of
plan.
tourists has arrived. Their gold is as good as ours.
Is it Etra's story on the gravestake? Or the Hist's?
Both, my Khal. What is our story, if not the story of the Hist?
I see them return. You destroyed Etra? Good. Let that victory rattle the roots. Gravesinger Kiat tells me what we seek is not in the gravestake symbols, but in the wood itself. I do not know how to read wood, but he says I must. I shake my head. It is a gravestake like the others. I do not even know what to look for. The symbols are worn. Wait. I see it. In the grain. In the whorls and knots. The remnant. It swims in the wood. I can almost touch it. Patience! There are words. In a garden in a maw of stone. Yes, that is all. I see nothing more. This is what we hunted for. A garden. I hiss fire. Why could it not be more simple? Kaok. There must be more. What do you know that we do not? What is us? The bumbler. A nest of weak spines and Ogel treachery. I will not. I am sorry. The Deadwater are a suspicious people. But you deserve my respect. And my trust. I will join you in Lilmuth.
I don't seem to be making much progress.
I'll need help gathering all of the components. To honor change is to honor Sithis. All Saxhleel know this, but sometimes it is forgotten. As Nisswa, it lies upon my shoulders to remind them. Would you help me in this endeavor? I wish to create a monument dedicated to the forces of change and chaos. I will take that which time has broken and create it anew in the name of Sithis. That is where your aid comes in. You must travel to echoes of our past, Sophir Cavern, the Teeth of Sithis, and the Tomb of Many Spears. There you will gather pieces from our days of stone nests. When all is collected, then I shall create. The beauty of change is undeniable. The crumbling stone of our foolish past. The sky bleeding red above a setting sun. The bloated face of a corpse as the skin begins to decay. Ah, to gaze upon such wonder. Tell me this. What is painted upon a blank canvas? Precisely. And it is only because of that nothing that something can be made. First there is nothing, then there is something. Thus is the will of all things. Thus is the will of Sithis. Sithis is the nothing between the something, the void which created all and will one day destroy it. The will of change, the inconstant which is our only constant. My art honors this will. I destroy what was and create what will be. I belong to the clutch of Nisswa, a fellowship of sorts. In the dry-skinned tongue, we would be called nothing speakers, for we speak the words of that which is void, though we do not all speak the same words, of course. Why would we? Sithis is a being of multitude. It is the will of change, the force of chaos, the lust for bloodshed. Its words are many, and so the Nisswa are many. But we all speak parts of the larger truth. Perhaps an example will help. I honor Sithis through my art. I see the something within the nothing, and create it. Through my actions, a lesson is learned. My mentor had a different approach. She would require offerings of blood. The greater the offering, the greater the honor. Some would sacrifice a scale or a fang, freshly plucked and bloodied. Others would offer fingers or the tips of their tails. One follower offered his heart. He died, of course. One must simply be accepted as a Vovaste, an apprentice in the dry-skinned tongue. I journeyed with my mentor for many seasons before she bestowed the title of Nisswa upon me. Then I journeyed alone, spreading the dark word to many tribes. I speak but one truth. Through many seasons, this village will hear many words. It is from these many words that they will create their own truth. And though these truths will be different, they will all be, in the end, true. The Saxhleel do not require ease in our beliefs. We do not write words upon a page and request our followers to speak its unmoving words. Belief should be questioned, doubted, judged, and finally accepted. Only then is it truth.
The box of dishonor. Kishi's life matters more than stupid traditions.
Kishi chose to save us. Outsiders will only make things worse.
Come, Pasa. Beal has made her decision.
I spit at tradition and the cowardice it breeds. The Deadwater tribe is proud, set in its ways. But those ways will be the end of us. Even a stupid outsider can see such things. I mean no offense. We almost died during our trial of ascension. We would have too, except Kishi interfered and saved us. Now, by the laws of the Nakakor, the dead Water tribe, Kishi has been sentenced to death. He should have helped us, but I'm glad he did. The elders stand by our traditions, even as the tribe sinks into quicksand. They refuse to reach out for any aid that isn't prescribed by the Tree Minder or the Kadilith. Perhaps you could help Kishi. As an outsider, you aren't bound by our laws. Find Kishi's father, Boki. Tell him you want to help. He will know how to best utilize an outsider in this matter. Be mindful of Mewa Jez, though. She seized Kishi because he interfered. Oh, my spines quiver just imagining her reaction to an outsider. The path of the lily is sacred to our people. Hatchlings ascend to the rank of warrior by walking the path, ready to defend the tribe and survive the terrors of the swamp. Failure means death and a return to the Hist. Kishi interrupted that fate. I attempt to speak plainly. As Mewa Jez teaches, the swamp doesn't provide second chances, so why should we? If warriors can't succeed on their own, they endanger us all. Still, I am grateful I am alive to explain this. Kishi made that possible. Mewa Jez is our tribe's Kadilith, our war teacher. She trains our novices to walk the path of the lily. Since she took over the responsibility, the Deadwater warriors have become stronger and more powerful. At least the ones that survive. The path of the lily claims more lives than ever before. Kishi and his egg siblings were the last novices to complete the trial without injury, let alone death. More often now, entire clutches of novices fall to the dangers encountered on the path. Everything changes. The path, the Kadilith, training changes too, and expectations. Now novices die more quickly than new eggs can be hatched. Soon, the Deadwater tribe will simply be the Dead tribe. I think that's why Kishi dislikes Mewa Jez. I speculate now. Perhaps Kishi didn't want to see more novices perish due to lack of training. Or maybe his dislike of Mewa Jez got the better of him. Or it could have been temporary insanity. Regardless, he saved us, and I am grateful for that. Boki's home stands just within the village walls, on the western side of the Hist. Please, hurry, for Mewa Jez took Kishi away before the night had turned to day. If Kishi hasn't been consumed by a swamp beast yet, it won't be long now.
I'm rather busy right now.
I hope to be done here soon. Find it. I state the obvious. You are Ojel, not of our tribe. Coming here makes you either very brave or very foolish, but it has nothing to do with me. I display my fangs in warning. Now leave me to my thoughts. Kishi is always in trouble, but never has the mud risen so high. He disobeyed tradition, tribal laws, and my direct orders when he decided to interfere in the rites of ascension. Now the Rajkal has sentenced the spawn of my eggs to death. I grind my fangs in frustration. I tried to talk to the Rajkal, the war chief, but he doesn't want to hear the truth. The Deadwater only care about strength and death, and they plan to follow that path to the bitter end. This book should have been destroyed ages ago. Kishi hid it here. He wants me to remember who I was, but I am no longer the Kardilith. The tribe has sentenced Kishi to death. I will stand at my son's side and die with him. You would risk life and limb for a stranger. Kishi believes the outsiders aren't intrinsically bad. So, I accept his opinion and thank you for your help. Kishi was taken to the ruins at the north end of the village. Save him and send him away. There is no place in the village for someone sentenced to die. Kishi must flee and go far away, or our warriors will be forced to kill him. As for me, I need to consider his words and decide what to do with my old training manual. I served as the tribe's war teacher before I was replaced. That old book contains my training methods, techniques that worked well until they didn't. When Mewa Jez changed everything, novices started to die. But tell me, why do you care? I snarl at the audacity of outsiders. Our lives are more than just a story for you to participate in. My egg son has forfeited his life to save the lives of others. I hope you are willing to do the same. Have your adventure just save my son. I exposed the spine of regret. Once the Deadwater tribe was as numerous as the fish in the streams. Now we send our dwindling number of hatchlings to die upon the path of the lily. It curls my scales. The ruins remind us of more prosperous seasons. The ruins serve as a perfect killing field, which is what will happen to Kishi if you continue to stand here and ask me questions. If you really want to help, save my egg son and then tell him to leave the village and never return.
There's always more to do.
Come and feast, creature. May you break your teeth upon my scales. Help me get loose from these bonds. I proclaim my gratitude. Let's go over there so we can talk. Season turns strange. First, I break the laws of the tribe to save lives. Now an outsider appears out of nowhere to rescue me from certain death. You have my thanks and my respect. Unless you seek a reward, then I respect you less. My egg-sire, how unexpected. When last we talked, he urged me not to oppose the Cadilith, but I refuse to let the dead water become nothing but a memory. Unlike Boki, I have drunk from the river of courage and refuse to turn away from my tribe. Mewajez, the war teacher, instructs our novices, trains them to walk the path of the lily. Her methods, instead of making us strong, they lead to nothing but death. I speak true. My clutch was the last to make it through the rite unscathed. Boki was our war teacher until one mistake led to his disgrace. Now Mewajez trains the novices. In 6 seasons, she has lost every clutch that walked the path, blaming them for being too weak. If this continues, the tribe cannot survive. Tell Boki you saved me. Tell him that I will
Say your words, Mewat, and then leave me to my grief.
Kishi rejected our laws because of your obsolete ideas, Boki. Let this end with your egg son's death. Grieve as you will, but do not think to oppose me, old one. That is a battle you cannot win.
The outsider returns, just in time to see the disgrace that clings to me like the mist that rises from the swamp. But what of my egg son? Does Kishi still live? I thank the Hist that Kishi lives. But he risks everything to swim against the currents of our traditions. I must find the same courage as my egg son and do what is right. Otherwise, the tribe will slowly fade away. The Nagakur, who you call the Dead Water, we are warriors. Death is a part of who we are. In the past, our hatchlings grew to be novices who walked the path and became warriors. Death was present, but it never claimed all our young, until now. One war teacher was replaced by another. Techniques were altered. Different virtues were emphasized. Under Mewajez's tutelage, novices fail the test over and over. She pushes them in one direction and blames them as the tribe slowly dies out. Find Kishi. He plans to show our war chief that there is a better way to train the novices. In the back room, take the Firestones. Use them to find my egg son's hidden camp in the swamp. Then help him carry out his plan. Mewajez insists that her training is not at fault. The novices are too weak, and that is why they fail. The war teacher claims that every challenge can be overcome by strength and strength alone. Hit harder, kill faster, never pause to think. Because strength is only one weapon in the warrior's arsenal. To ignore the others is to court doom, as our novices find out again and again. If not for Kishi's interference, the latest group would have died as well, and for this, he is dishonored. The Deadwater tribe learns to fight. We have very little experience questioning orders or ignoring tradition. That is Kishi's greatest strength, and most apparent weakness. He questions everything. My egg son, and you will help our tribe. I sigh at the inevitable. Find Kishi while I send Mewajez on a wild guar chase.
The war chief sentenced Kishi to death, Boki. Your egg son doesn't even have the good sense to die with honor.
I bare my fangs at this insult.
Rage all you want. When Kishi comes for you, we'll slap him in chains.
Do not linger like the sickly guar that waits for the crocodile to eat it. Hurry and do the thing we spoke about.
impressive. Boki's firestones. I suppose he told you how to find my camp. I stare in wonder, though I appreciate the aid you provided. I must ask why the outsider is here. Mewatches is a pox upon our tribe. I need to find a way to convince the war chief that Boki's training techniques are not only sound, but represent the best way to save the Deadwater. To accomplish this, I'll need your help, if you're willing. Help me show the war chief that the old ways truly are the best. Specifically, the methods Boki once used to train our novices. I'm proof that Boki's techniques of using wits and strategy are more effective than simply relying on brute strength. And a daring plan it is. I will mentor you, use Boki's techniques to guide you to the path of the lily. When an outsider succeeds where Deadwater novices failed, it will prove that Mewatches is wrong. Can I count on you, outsider? We must return to my village and go to the war chief's pavilion. Only Rajkal Silan can grant an outsider permission to walk the path of the lily. Just choose your words carefully. The war chief's ego bruises easily, and he's quick to anger. My egg-sire resigned his position after the unfortunate events surrounding the rite of passage some 7 seasons ago. One of Boki's students, a young Naga named Chukala, considered himself to be better than the others, better than his training. Chukala ignored Boki's lessons and charged onto the path of the lily like a Wamasu in the hatchery. He boasted that warriors needed only their strength to win the day, not clever tricks and careful observation. Unfortunately, they succeeded. But Chukala challenged Boki, said he was weak and unfit to teach warriors. They fought, and the commotion attracted the predators that prowl the path. Chukala and the novices were killed. Boki was injured. He resigned in shame after that. She demanded the war chief give her the position. You see, Chukala was her egg brother. She wanted to honor his memory by teaching novices the things Chukala believed. Those instructions killed many novices before I intervened. Rajkal Silan is as wise as he is cautious. He sees the problem even if tradition and decorum tie his hands and keep him from acting. If we can provide him with a clear and viable option, I believe he will jump at the chance to grab it. No, it doesn't. He may even order his warriors to strike us down for simply suggesting the idea. But the war chief respects Boki. I have to believe he will give us a chance. For Boki's sake, if not for the welfare of the tribe.
The outsider dares approach this sacred pavilion.
Lower your spines, Kadilith. It is the rare outsider that dares approach the Nagakor.
I mentor the outsider. We ask to walk the path of the lily.
Blasphemy! Kill them all!
Hold! I will hear what Kishi and the outsider have to say. Boki says the Nagakor are doomed.
Kishi claims the war teacher is to blame. What do you say, outsider? Why have you come to the village of the daughter? I shake my head in disbelief. Why is it that everything connected to Boki and his egg son reeks of broken laws and forsaken traditions? Do you truly believe you can succeed where the best of our young warriors have failed? It will prove something. On that we agree. Very well. Walk the path. Kishi will accompany you as your mentor. Return with the sacred lily, and I will listen to Kishi's plea. If you fail and die, Boki will be executed, and our traditions will stand. Mewajes, prepare the path. The outsider will undergo the same rite as our novices.
War Chief, no! You cannot allow Kishi to disrespect our cherished customs.
Do as I command, War Teacher. I want to see how the Ogel fares.
This will work, Boki. You'll see. This is about saving our people, Mewajes.
Through weakness and trickery, you dishonor our tribe and my egg brother's memory. No matter. If my novices cannot succeed, your outsider has no chance. No chance at all.
Mewajes' novices fail because they attempt to use brute force to complete the rite of passage. Listen to my words, and we will succeed where they have failed. Trust me, as I trust you. The first part of the path involves the trial of movement. You must find a way to get past one of the largest, deepest pools of quicksand in all of Murkmire. Remember the vine tongues? The plants are the key to navigating this hazard. Boki accompanied his novices, so I will accompany you. I cannot interfere in your trials, only offer advice. But you can use me as a tool, directing me to provide minor aid at times. For example, my arrows can be used to attract the vine tongues. Yes, with the ultimate goal of reaching the signal totem and igniting it to show that you have completed the first challenge. Take this arrow and point it whenever you want me to use my bow. Are you ready to begin? Point the arrow I gave you, and I'll take care of the rest. So far, so good. Now let me tell you about the next section of the path. You picked the proper path through the quicksand. Well done. Dangerous plants and carnivorous beasts fill the next section of the path. They will do their best to end your trial with every step you take. Remember that I am a weapon in your arsenal. Use the arrow I gave you to direct me against the dangerous plants as you see fit. There will be 2 signal totems to ignite along this section of the path. No, Mewajes considers Boki's techniques to be obsolete. A war teacher who helps her novices only enables their weaknesses. She prefers to instruct from a distance and let her charges succeed or fail on their own. Proceed with care, my friend. This spot is good. Let's talk. You have done exceptionally well, friend outsider. I think we may actually succeed and reach the sacred lily. Overconfidence can fell even the mightiest warrior, though. The final challenge awaits us. Do not put your guard down. De Rosa guards the sacred lily. He is powerful and hard to kill, but he isn't invincible. Here, take this sack of firestones. Use them and your wits, and I'm sure you'll survive. You can do this. I have faith in you. De Rosa is an Argonian behemoth, created by our Hist to protect the sacred lily and test the mettle of our novice warriors. Know that the creature has tasted the blood of many novices. They will not fall easily, I am sorry to say. Let's return to the village and present the sacred lily to the war chief. Oh, you did well, friend outsider.
Where is the outsider, Kishi? Did the quicksand swallow them?
The outsider approaches now, bearing the sacred lily. You haven't seen one in a while, have you, Maywages?
Step forward, outsider.
That is not possible!
My friend outsider will explain. I'm going to take Boki home now.
The sacred lily. It represents the hopes and dreams of the Nagakor, the Deadwater. It has been too many seasons since the last one was presented to me. And by an outsider, no less. I do not trust outsiders, but I respect strength. Kishi taught you well, and you have succeeded where so many of our novices have recently failed. I raise my spines in grudging admiration. I should never have accepted Boki's resignation. That was a mistake that has cost the Nagakor dearly. Kishi shall be our war teacher. If he could train an outsider to walk the path, think how our novices will fare. Maywages trained the novices just as I asked her to. Any failure on her part is also a failure on mine. I shall ask her to assist Kishi and learn from him. Hopefully, their partnership will make us stronger. Now go, and tell Kishi what I have said. Kishi must start training the next season of novices immediately. It has been too long since strong, young warriors emerged from the path of the lily to take their place in the Deadwater tribe. Under Kishi and Maywages' tutelage, we will prosper. I hesitate to contemplate that question. Boki warned me that the loss of so many novices would spell the end of the Nagakor. You showed us a better way. If Kishi succeeds, and the next season of Clutchmates survive, that will be enough for now.
I need to consider what happened here, Rajkal.
Your methods were as successful as ever, Exire. The outsider claimed the sacred lily.
I hear your words, Kishi, and my spine swell with pride.
Few Naga live to be as old as Boki. Most of our warriors die early, but not my Exire. He has used his wits and strength to overcome every challenge. His lessons helped me guide you through the path of the lily. I am honored and thankful that my plan worked. Now, I need to rebuild confidence in the young ones. Get the next season of hatchlings ready to walk the path. The Deadwater will always face adversity. I want to give them the tools to survive. The war chief is wise. Two Cadilliths can impart more wisdom than one. Provided Mewajes cooperates and agrees to work with me. Otherwise, we will clash like Boki and Chukala did. We can only wait and see. Thank you, friend outsider. For an Ojel, you made an excellent Nagakur warrior. Please take this as a symbol of my appreciation. You have done a wonderful thing for me and my tribe.
Kishi, we must have words.
I will not apologize for my actions, Mewajes.
I seek none. You have done what I could not. Your novice survived and walked the path.
What are you saying, Mewajes?
I am saying that you have my support. Teach, and I will learn.
Then together, we will make the dead water even stronger than before.
I did not think I would live to see my name no longer disgraced. I know Kishi can teach our hatchlings, and our tribe will survive.
Outsiders, they still make my scales crawl. But you walked the path of the lily. You have shown both strength and honor. I shall do the same, and aid Kishi as best I can.